Hi everyone and welcome to part 2 of my Victorian / drag / 60s / Trixie Mattel cosplay. In the last video I made the bustle cage and the under and overskirt, and in this video I've not got as much time as I would like, but I'm going to try and get as much done as possible with the bodice. I might also have a little go at doing some eyelashes, because I know that Trixie Mattel has like stacked eyelashes, so that will be a fun little experiment for when I've not really got enough light left to film bodice related things. I very much doubt I'll get the actual finished bodice done in this video, but if I can get all the mock-up stuff done, then that would be great. Also, thanks to some awesome suggestions I had in the comments from my last video. Petticoat wise, I've decided that I'm going to go with a pride themed petticoat, and it's going to be tiered ruffles in the colours of the pride flag. I think that's going to look really, really cute. So I can't do anything with that in this video either because I am waiting on fabric supplies for that. I found a place where I could get like different coloured fabrics for like, I think it was $1.99 a metre. So took full advantage of that. I'll leave a link to that website in the description. Right, so first things first, I'm going to need a pattern. I mentioned in my last video that my plan was to wear one of those increase your bust size by 2 sizes kind of bras. I took some measurements wearing my corset, and I'm only actually getting about another inch, which I get another inch when I'm wearing my bust improver in my corset. So there's not much point in me wearing that bra to do this. It's like I say, it's only an inch. I think the issue there is with the corset, everything's getting squished like that, so it kind of defeats the purpose of wearing one of those bras, which, to be honest, I've never really got the point in them anyway, because for me at least, all they seem to do is give me quadra boob. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic, so time to make a pattern. Right, got my pattern done. I do feel like these patterns are getting easier and easier to do the more I do them, and I feel like I'm starting to understand a bit more like how they go together and stuff like that. So I am hoping that this one is going to fit much better than previous ones first time. For a start, I know that I always have to adjust the neckline. I always end up having to bring it down by about an inch, and I end up having to bring it out. With the measurements that I usually go with, where I just basically say do what they tell me to do, the shoulder always ends up being way too long for me. So I've made some alterations to the back neckline, and the alterations I've made have had the consequence of shortening this line, which is for my shoulders. So hopefully that will fit a lot better straight away. I feel like I've done a much neater job of doing the arm's eye this time as well. The only thing is I feel like the chest isn't going to be quite big enough, just because it tells you to only increase that bit by ½ an inch, and I kind of feel like I need it to be increased by more than that. But what I'm going to try doing this time, because I like this shape, I don't want it to be really, really curvy like previously, because I end up with really weird kind of wibbly bits here. I'm going to try doing a full bust adjustment if I need some extra here. I've not done a full bust adjustment before on a historical pattern, so that will be an adventure. It's not too bad. We're off to a good start. It's definitely fitting in some areas a lot better than previous first try mock-ups, like the shoulders. The shoulders are so much better. There are some obvious things. This has come down way too low. I'm not even sure how that happened, so this is going to need to be extended up. As predicted, not quite big enough in the bust. It's by about an inch. There's some little misalignment issues. Some of these bits aren't quite matching up. That'll be a really easy fix. The waistline needs to come up by about ½ inch, and it needs to come up under the arm as well. Maybe take a little bit off just here, but then I think that's pretty good. Like I say, I'm really happy with where the shoulders are hitting. That is rare for me. It's actually hitting in the right place. So I am going to do another mock-up with these changes, and then we will see where we are from there. Right, I've done all my adjustments apart from the full bust adjustment. So I'm going to have to remind myself of how to do a regular full bust adjustment and then work out how to translate that to this pattern. I'm so happy with how this mock-up's turned out. It fits really nicely over the chest now. From the front it looks really, really nice. There's a bit of an excess fabric at the back and I'm not entirely sure how that's happened, but that's going to be really easy to just shave off the pattern pieces. I'm also going to shave off just a little bit around here because I think I overcompensated a little bit when I was raising this. So that's easy though. I think it's only by like ½ inch. It just needs to be shaved down. So the next step for me is there's two things I need to do. I need to extend it down a little bit, obviously taking into consideration my hip area, and so it'll have to kind of flare out a little bit. Idea being this kind of pointed hemline. This is very Victorian. I want it to be more 60s, so I'll want it more straight across. I also need to extend it down a little bit, I think about an inch at the back, and then I need to do the bit that's going to stick out and rest on top of the bustle. I'm going to keep that relatively simple. I'll just do a little one and I'll just have it kind of flare out a little bit, and then I'll do some stuff with the lining to make it so that bits of the lining is poking out of it. Not that I'm going to do a full lining for this, because I don't think I've even got enough fabric to do a full lining for this, but I want to make sure that that little bit there is lined. The only other things I need to do for this part is I need to draft a collar. I'm not going to do a Victorian style up high collar. I am going to do the more 60s style, and it's going to be quite big and kind of pointing down like that. And for the sleeves, I'm going to do bishop sleeves. I have done something kind of like that before. I will double check online, look for some patterns, just to make sure, because I do have a basic sleeve block pattern. I'll just need to figure out how to alter that to make it into a bishop sleeve. Other than that though, I am pretty happy with how this is going. I think the next mock-up is going to be the kind of final, this is what I want it to look like kind of mock-up, just to see if there's anything else I need to change. My memory card died as I was drafting the collar just then, but this is it basically. This is what I'm going to try out anyway, see if it works. Then I can make any adjustments to it if it's not right. For the sleeve, I have used my basic block just to draw out basic sleeve pattern. I've narrowed the sleeve head a bit because the arm's eye on this bodice is a bit narrower than like my modern stuff. And what I want to do now is for the bishop sleeve, I've made sleeves before where it kind of gradually gets wider towards the bottom, like with my kind of piratey shirt that I did. This one I want it to be a little bit more fitted around the top until it gets like just above the elbow, and then start getting wider, just because I like the look of that. So what I've done is I've drawn a line across here, and what I need to do now is cut up across there like that, leaving it so that it hinges here, and then cut these bits out kind of separately, if that makes sense, and leave a little hinge at the top here, and then I can spread all of this bottom section out and use some spare paper to fill in the gaps. Right, I've just eaten, so I don't fancy putting a corset back on just yet. So in the meantime, I'm doing lashes. This is one which I have already made. I used Trixie's guide on her channel on doing stacked lashes. So to make this one, I cut out these little shapes in card, and I have got a bunch of really big lashes. So first thing I need to do is curl these up just by scraping it with my thumbnail, and then using a little bit of this latex based hair glue to stick these bits down. I've just let these dry a bit, and what I need to do now is put this paper one on top of there, and then use the last regular lash on top to hide where the join is. And there we have our completed lashes. I'm really pleased with how this is looking. I think the fit is really, really nice. There aren't really many adjustments I need to make to the final pattern at all. The main change I will be making is obviously I'll be putting a button placket on it because it's just pinned down the front at the moment. I'm also going to be putting a little cuff around the bottom of the sleeve. I just didn't bother doing that for this because it was just a mock-up. And the collar is a bit tight, so I think if I let this out by literally like ½ an inch, that's going to be fine. I am really pleased with the way the collar's looking though. It looks really, really nice and it looks the part. This bit I am really pleased with. It's sitting nicely. So yeah, overall, really, really pleased. That's going to be it for this video because I need to get it edited and uploaded and everything up in time for Friday. Next week's video is going to be doing the final bodice. I'm also going to be doing the tiered petticoat, as well as doing a stacked wig, which I've never done one before, so it should be interesting. If you've enjoyed this video, then giving it a little like would be very much appreciated. I'm always open to your suggestions and constructive feedback, so anything you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, then why not subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. I do my very best to upload a new video every Friday. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!